Hello, I'm Bernard Norcott-Mahany. I work at the Blueford branch of the Kansas City Public Library. April is National Poetry Month, and for April of 2022, I am reading some of Horace's Odes. Horace was a famous Roman lyric poetry writer, probably the best of the Roman lyric poets, and his main collection of lyric poems were the Odes. And the first three books, there were four books altogether, the first three books were issued as a unit, and I'll be reading from those. Those are considered the better. Book four he did later in life, and he's lost some of his poetic drive, I think. But the first three books are excellent. So today I'm going to look at book one, poem number 3. This is Virgil's. It's basically a bon voyage poem of sorts to Virgil, who is going to Greece for something. And Virgil, of course, the most famous Roman poet ever. He and Horace probably were almost equally famous, but Virgil is probably considered the best Latin poet of all. And he wrote the Aeneid, a famous epic. So one of the things to keep in mind as you hear this poem is the Romans were not sailors. The Romans saw themselves as farmers, soldiers, citizens of Rome, of Italy. They didn't see themselves as sailors. Now, Rome controlled the Mediterranean. There were Roman sailors, but most Romans hated the sea, and there's lots of times where Horace will make reference to the sea, and it's not usually in a good way. So here, of course, he's hoping that Virgil will make it safe, and then he remembers some other famous trips that heroes took on the sea. May Venus, goddess of Cyprus, and may the brothers Castor and Pollux, the shining stars, the comers, guard you, O ship, and be the light of guidance. May the Father of the winds restrain all winds except the gentle one that favors the journey. Bring Virgil, your charge, the other half of my heart, safely to the place where he is going. The breast of the man who was the first to dare to go out in a little boat upon the waters must have been made of oak and triple bronze, fearing neither the sudden African squall contending with the north wind, nor the storms the Hyades threaten, nor what the south wind Notus, who rules the Adriatic, is capable of. What way of dying could that man have feared who dared to be the first to look upon the swimming monsters, the turbulent waters, and the dreadful cliffs of Acroceraunia? The purpose of the god who separated one land from another land was thwarted if impious men could nevertheless set out to cross the waters forbidden to them to cross. Audacious at trying out everything, men rush headlong into the things that have been forbidden. Guileful Prometheus audaciously by fraud brought fire down to the human race, and thus brought fever down upon us and disease, and death that was once slow to come came sooner. Audacious Daedalus, wearing forbidden wings, tried out the empty air, and Heracles went down to the underworld, broke in and entered. No hills too steep for men to try to climb. Men even try out getting up to heaven. Is it any wonder, then, that Jupiter rages, hurling down lightning, shaking the sky with thunder? So we here see a bon voyage to Virgil, but also a sense of human progress, that the gods set up barriers that humans shouldn't try to cross, but humans try to cross it anyways. And of course, as the poem goes on, those attempts and the blockage come faster. So that by the end, it's almost like Jupiter is frantically trying to put up barriers to keep the humans out, but that's going to likely be futile. So that was poem 3 from book 1 of Horace's Odes.